It's another episode of What the F at $, and it's Thursday. It movie reviews for the weekend where the highly anticipated Masters of the Universe battles the rehashing of the comedy series Scary Movie. Wrestling report with the results of AEW Owen Hart Tournament where Will Ospreay advances, Mercedes Mone as the wild card and advances, while MJF had a successful defense. TNA preview in the news. News, June 4, 2026. Dumbass of the day, Keith Olbermann. Now to the movies. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The unofficial blockbuster season is upon us. The first challenge begins this weekend where two highly anticipated movies premiere while other hopefuls are on the docket. This weekend we'll see Masters of the Universe battle Scary Movie, while movies like Power Ballad and The Current's looking to play spoiler. Let's go into it. Masters of the Universe.
I know most of you don't remember me, but I know all of you. Even though I was stuck light years away on Earth, I never stopped trying to get back home.
Everything changed since you left.
It's all gone. Skeletor took my family. And he destroyed our world. It's all my fault.
I know how it feels to fail. Take the sword. And when you fall, that's your chance to stand tall.
This is my home. I'm gonna fight for it. But I can't do it without you.
Somebody wants to brawl.
I need every man, woman, or whatever that is.
You may have the power, too scared to use it.
Trust me, I know how to use it.
You tell everyone that you're from another planet. It just makes you sound a little very crazy.
Masters of the Universe is a 2026 live-action film rebooting the franchise, directed by Travis Knight, starring Nicholas Galitzine as Prince Adam, He-Man, with Jared Leto as Skeletor and Idris Elba as Man-at-Arms. The plot follows Prince Adam, who crashed on Earth as a child, as he finds the Power Sword and returns to Eternia to defend it from Skeletor, embracing his destiny as He-Man. The film is scheduled for release in theaters on June 5, 2026, and aims to be a franchise starter, honoring past versions while appealing to new audiences. Key details. Director, Travis Knight. Writers, Chris Butler, Aaron Ney, Adam Ney, and David Callaham. Cast, Nicholas Galitzine, He-Man, Jared Leto, Skeletor, Idris Elba, Man-at-Arms, Camila Mendes-Tila, Kristen Wiig, voice of Roboto, Alison Brie, Evil Lynn. Plot, Prince Adam, separated from his power sword as a child on Earth, is drawn back to his home planet of Eternia to fight Skeletor and fulfill his destiny as He-Man. The hope to fix the Dolph Lundgren's Master of the Universe. The buzz of Motu World has fans buzzing where action figures are selling like hotcakes and the anticipation is at the all-time high. The movie holds to the cartoon and mythos, but it fails to actually be the movie that true fans wanted. Very heavy on comedy, which isn't great comedy. This movie pisses on a lot of the lore while trying to keep it, alters the important factors. This movie has so many characters that will trigger nostalgia but gets frustrating because it's too much to take in. This will be the real test. The failure of Mandalorian and Grogu could be the start of the end for big franchises. Next, Scary Movie.
Sink into the chair. I'm high as fuck! Me too, cuz. Me three, my nigga.
Guess who's back?
Ghostface is still killing folks.
You know what they say about the crazy ones? They got the best.
Scary Movie.
Scary Movie 2026 is the sixth installment in the parody film series, scheduled for release on June 5, 2026, and will see the return of original stars like Marlon Wayans, Shawn Wayans, Anna Faris, and Regina Hall as they parody modern horror films, including requels, elevated horror, and final chapters. Directed by Michael Tidders, the film is written by the Wayans brothers and others, and will be R-rated, returning to the franchise's roots. Release date, June 5, 2026. Director, Michael Tidders. Writers, Marlon Wayans, Shawn Wayans, Keenan Ivory Wayans, Craig Wayans, Rick Alvarez, and others. Cast, Marlon Wayans, Shawn Wayans, Anna Faris, Regina Hall, and other returning actors. Plot, Cindy Campbell and her friends are targeted by the same masked killer from the first film, leading them to parody recent horror trends like reboots, remakes, and final chapters. The biggest story here is comedy is dead, and the Wayans tried to make an offensive movie that will put a lot of Gen Z in a tiffy while forgetting this is a comedy. This 6th edition tried to parody the continuation of Scream while adding movies like Weapons and so forth. Again, comedies are dead, and this misses the mark where yes, you'll offend but you definitely won't entertain. The Wayans want to rehash I'm Going to Get You Sucker if this succeeds, proving too much faith in nostalgia and not creativity. Next, Power Ballad.
Now, they're just starts, okay? But you get the vibe.
Can I make a suggestion? What do you go like, never gonna run if you don't walk, never gonna talk but don't look down. I could tell within 2 minutes of meeting you, you're not just some boy band guy.
And you are too good for that wedding band.
How to write a song without you. Been toying with this one for years.
Yeah, I like that.
'Cause every song I ever wrote in my life.
This song changed my life.
It's my song. I wrote it.
Do you think it is easy to turn a song into a hit?
So good.
Power Ballad is a 2026 musical comedy drama directed by John Carney, known for Once and Sing Street, starring Paul Rudd as a wedding singer and Nick Jonas as a fading boy band star who bond over music, only for Jonas's character to turn Rudd's song into a hit, leading Rudd to seek recognition. The film explores themes of ambition, friendship, and unfulfilled dreams, with Rudd's character, Rick, feeling his work was stolen after a late-night jam session with Danny Jonas. Director-writer, John Carney. Stars, Paul Rudd, Nick Jonas, Havana Rose Liu, Jack Rayner. Plot, a wedding singer, Rudd collaborates with a former boy band member, Jonas, on a song, which Jonas later releases as his own hit, prompting Rudd to reclaim his credit. Genre, musical comedy drama. Themes, music, self-respect, friendship, ambition, and the price of fame. Something about this movie doesn't click. Zero chemistry and almost a forced Paul Rudd as a lead where he doesn't have the charm and charisma to carry out this movie. Trying too much, getting zero payoff. It's a movie that could have worked, but it's a studio package that lacks a spine where the topic has been done a million times and does hit on any of the targets. Up next, Chum.
Are you ready for your wedding present, muchacho?
Let's go!
Got the attitude. Help! Grab my hand.
You okay?
Oh, God!
You okay?
Thank you for saving our lives.
Could have been a lot worse.
Would it be too much trouble to take us back?
It's gonna take a couple hours.
Hey, man, I haven't seen an inch of shoreline yet.
Something feels off.
What?
Well, maybe it's time you pull out your GPS, your sonar, or whatever it is you use on a dinghy like this.
I think it's time you take a seat.
Wake up, Sadie. Why us?
That shark? I've been chasing her all over the Pacific.
What's going on? Get me out of here!
Save that breath. I have used all kinds of bait. When they get a taste of human flesh, something changes in them.
You are not gonna get away with this.
We just want to live!
What are we gonna do?
Let's kill this son of a bitch. This is gonna get a little messy.
You can't do this! It's gonna hurt, Captain.
Not as much as this.
Chum is an American survival horror thriller directed by Jonathan Zuck, starring Alice Eve. The film follows a destination wedding party in Malta whose Mediterranean yacht excursion descends into a deadly nightmare. They are trapped in the open water between a bloodthirsty shark and a sinister, vengeful fisherman. Release date, June 5, 2026. Where to watch? The film is available simultaneously in theaters and on video on demand (VOD). Director, Jonathan Zuck. Main cast, Alice Eve as Tina, Eric Michael Cole as Tom, L. Haymond, Sarah Ciudad, Johnny Gaffney, and Jim Clock. Synopsis. The story centers on a newlywed couple and their friends navigating severe marital issues. Things quickly explode into chaos when their boat is besieged by a deadly shark. Making matters worse, the fisherman who rescues them harbors a hidden, sinister agenda, forcing the group to survive both a relentless human predator and a hungry shark simultaneously. Studios have become lazy and turned to the cheap thrills of sharks. This movie isn't creative or worthy of the big screen, pitting human survival with sharks while not making a lot of sense in the process. Up next, The Currents.
¿Y hace cuánto no la vas?
Desde que volví de Suiza. Fui hace poquito.
¿Querés que hablemos lo rara que estás? Es como que nunca volviste.
Estaba oscuro, pero estaba bien. Algo me empujaba a estar en ese tiempo suspendido, hasta de mí misma. Hasta que vi la cara de mi hija Sofía.
¿Fuiste al médico?
No me vengas con eso.
Mamá, ¿puede venir?
Es pasajero.
Quiero que dejemos de hacer como que acá no pasa nada. Tengo miedo.
The Currents 2025 is a Swiss-Argentinian film directed by Milagros Mumenthaler, starring Isabel Amy González Soler as Lena, an Argentine designer who experiences a profound psychological shift after jumping into a freezing lake in Switzerland. The film follows her return to Buenos Aires as she struggles to readjust to her life as a wife, mother, and artist, grappling with a new fear of water and a sense of dissociation. It's described as a visually striking, enigmatic, and atmospheric character study that explores trauma, identity, and mental health through an oblique, sensory-focused narrative. Director, Milagros Mumenthala. Lead actress, Isabel Amy Gonzalez Sola. Plot, an artist's life unravels after a suicide attempt. Moment of clarity in a lake, leading to an existential crisis and a new perspective on her life in Buenos Aires. Themes, trauma, motherhood, identity, dissociation, mental health, and the search for meaning. Style, visually meticulous with a strong focus on sound design, especially water, long takes, and an ambiguous, non-linear narrative. Genre, psychological drama, existential drama. This international entry brings a lot while not filling any the blanks. The movie gives an eerie vibe, but it doesn't necessarily offer entertainment. Well, now to the wrestling report. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's the wrestling report. Let's go over the results of AEW Dynamite. First match, MJF defeated Rush, no count out match for the AEW World Championship. A very competitive match with a lot of entertainment value. Rush represents the White Bull while MJF comes out as a Mediator. Visceral and psychological, where MJF antics play out and he outsmarts the bigger and stronger star. Second match, Mark Briscoe defeated Lio Rush, single match. This was a bit fun. It doesn't make sense while Lio plays off more comical and these two play perfectly as foils. Third match, Kevin Knight, defeated Mike Bailey, AEW TNT Championship match. The chemistry and athleticism were top-notch. Kevin announced as the newest member of the Don Callis family and now plays the heel perfectly. Fourth match, Mercedes Mone defeated Alex Windsor, 2026 Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament quarter-final match. The wild card as Mercedes Mone, not really a big surprise, and the returning star doesn't hold back. The women's division deserves more time and thus almost feels cheap where minimum time offered for a bigger type of match. Alex Windsor is an amazing star who should get more credit. Main event match, Will Ospreay defeated Mark Davis, 2026 Owen Hart Foundation Men's Tournament semi-final match. Former teammates make great opponents. The two know each so well, we get a masterclass in wrestling. Will Ospreay always offers the very best in in-ring performances while the underrated Mark Davis puts on the perfect power play. The match was amazing until the final stage where the Don Callis family enters the picture while Alpha Takeshita comes to face Kyle Fletcher, then leads to the Death Riders to make the save, where the show ends in chaos. Now to TNA preview. Thursdays are entertaining and we get a fun night of wrestling. The highly anticipated Wicked Garden match again furthering the feud between the Hardys and Righteous. The mixed match that puts out family laundry out in display. Stax and Ariana Grace face her father Santino Marella and Indy Hartwell. We get a matchup between the System's Eddie Edwards facing the upstart BDE. And we get the highly anticipated mixed match between Knockouts champion Lei Ying Lee vs Elegance Brand's Mr. Elegance. This should play out as a fun match, but we'll see. Well, let's now go to the wrestling news that fill all the voids in life. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The wrestling news, everything that doesn't have Dave Meltzer approval. In AEW, as briefly mentioned in the report, it appears Kevin Knight has joined the ever-growing Don Callis family, which is a bit of a head-scratcher, and will it help? Also, Mercedes Mone has returned and already making an impact. In a very predictable fashion, Mercedes Mone will win the Owen Hart Tournament and will garner the AEW World title, so not really something new. There has been discussion what WWE is doing with wrestlers going back and forth from Raw to SmackDown with no rhyme or reason. Why just not have the draft? It has been reported WWE NXT have quietly retired the Heritage Cup, which is unfortunate. The cup brought something different and unique. They could have made it a title which could be defended on all brands including AAA, but WWE has zero vision. In WWE Evolve, the son of Evander Holyfield made his in-ring debut. Elijah Holyfield was successful in his debut, and more importantly he has the look to be very successful. Well, that's everything you need to know. Until tomorrow, always be ready to scuffle. Now to the news. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The news that only matters because we are not being forced to suck down on the corporate idiots. Secret signal chats how anti-ICE agitators coordinated riots. As mentioned, many rioters are getting paid and theoretically makes these protests truly paid agitators. So, this isn't defended by the Constitution but a cruel trick against what made this nation great. House votes to rebuke Trump over the war with Iran. This will create a domino effect of ineptness. This war has dragged on too long as is, and let's be honest, Iran is never looking for peace and Democrats and rhinos know this, and the idea is to limit Trump's power. Good news of the day. A successful community-led cave rescue operation in Laos to free trapped villages. Papua New Guinea sets up protected ocean size of UK over 77,000 square miles. NASA reveals the details of its moon base program is prepared for humanity for the next chapter of exploration. In Connecticut, U.S. nonprofit again wipes out millions in hospital bills for 97,000 residents. This is amazing. Instead of politicians lying to students with loan forgiveness, the real program that should take place is medical forgiveness, because no one wants to be sick, and with bills going out of control, people losing homes to pay medical bills. Good job. Now to the best part of the show. Dumb ass of the day. ESPN broadcaster turned asshole Keith Olbermann. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now to the best part of the show, dumb ass of the day. And today we have a big sufferer of DTS. Keith Olbermann. Keith Olbermann's transition from a prominent sports broadcaster to a highly partisan political commentator stems from his deep-seated liberal convictions and his belief that traditional media often normalizes extremist political actions. His combative and polarizing style has frequently drawn accusations of being dangerous from critics who argue his rhetoric incites division and hostility. The shift to politics. Career evolution. Olbermann initially made his name as a sharp, culturally literate anchor on ESPN's SportsCenter in the 1990s. He first brought his commentary to the political realm on MSNBC's Countdown with Keith Olbermann in 2003. Ideological stance. He positioned himself as an ardent defender of progressive ideals and a fierce critic of conservative leadership. His critiques of figures like the Bush administration, and later Donald Trump, propelled him to become a prominent voice for the political left. Activism. His dedication to liberal politics occasionally caused friction. For instance, MSNBC suspended him in 2010 after it was revealed he made financial contributions to Democratic political candidates. Why critics view him as dangerous. Hyper-partisan rhetoric. Critics argue that Olbermann's commentary often demonizes political opponents, contributing to a hyper-polarized media ecosystem where compromise becomes nearly impossible. Embracing hate and violence, which with the current vibe of society is very dangerous. Many of his followers are filled with vitriol and have become agents of hate. Where words are minced and people are seeking attention. Aggressive communication. Throughout his career, including his stints on GQ's The Resistance and his independent podcasts, he has used severe and sometimes profane language to attack political figures and rival commentators. The biggest problem is having a voice gives one power, and in a world where opposing ideas are deemed justified in resolution with violence. Escalation of tensions. In polarized eras, observers on both sides have accused high-profile media figures like Olbermann of fanning the flames of political volatility and crossing the line from legitimate criticism to inciting hostility. Keith Olbermann has become an agent of hate where his opinions are displayed as facts. In reality, it's uneducated philosophy that has become a tool for the left. The growing number of unhinged individuals are looking for a voice to self-fellet themselves. The growing number of left-leaning evil souls are making strides to solve their holes in their interpretation of what makes sense. Keith's hostility can be misinterpreted, and this is what is very dangerous. The current climate of society is at a breaking point. So when the leader of the blind tells you to go see what's outside, should be the first steps in fear. Well, until next time. Adieu.